YouTube was good. It's your man, D Rich Kid, coming back at you with another topic. Tonight, I wanna touch on something maybe to all my peoples out there in YouTube land. Anybody ever been in, I should say, humble beginnings when it comes to a relationship? Did your relationship start out turbulent, you know, and now you're pretty much in a good space? Quick story. Me and my wife, we've been married, what, almost 10 years now. I got with her, I met her in 2014. And we met online. Things went pretty good at the beginning, but maybe about halfway through our relationship, I started to see a change in her. Excuse me, that I didn't like. So I was, younger back then. I started, talking to chicks on the side, particularly this one chick at work. And one thing led to another. I remember she came in one night at the job. She was actually off, and I seen her in her streetwear, and she was looking good, So I was like, I'm trying to holler, because at this point I was just like, I don't know what's going on with me and my girl, and I don't know if it's gonna last, or whatever. So I'm like, I'm gonna dibble and dabble if I got an opportunity. So I did. We started talking at work. Exchanged numbers, texting. She's sending me photos of her. Doing things, touchy feely, whatever. And so this particular day, I get home. Now, granted, my girl at this point is she's actually staying with me. So I get home. She's cooking dinner, and I get in the shower before I eat. So while I'm in the shower, I hear her come in, and she states, I know you're cheating on me. And, I'm like saying to myself, okay, how does she know this? So, first thing a brother does, is denial. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Acting, stupid or whatever. Like, so me not knowing that she had went through my phone. And when she went through my phone, she saw the other chick from work's number in there, and she pulled up the text. So now I'm like heated, because I'm like, yo, you going through my phone, I would have never went through her phone, never. Even if I suspected her cheating on me, I would. That's one thing I don't do. I don't, go through people's personal belongings, whatever. If you ain't being real with me, if I feel like, doing some shady stuff or whatever, you know what I mean, then I'm just done. I'll be like, I'm done. I don't trust you, whatever, boom, I'm out. I'm not gonna go through your stuff, you know what I mean? Like, be digging and trying to find stuff. And see, that's how you find things, you know what I mean? So yeah, she went through my phone, so I'm pissed off. And granted, like I said, I'm in the shower at this time, right? So I hop out the shower, wet, I'm like, yo, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Why you going through my stuff? You know what I mean? And she yelling at me, why you cheating on me? And blah, blah, this, that, and the third. So, she got my phone in her hand. So now I'm pissed. So I snatched the phone out of her hand. You know what I mean? Snatch it out. And, we still, yelling, profanities or whatever, this, that, and the third, boom, boom. Now she's at the point where she's getting hysterical, like she's crying, she's like, I can't believe you been cheating on me and blah, 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 this, that, and the third, and as much as I had been doing for you, and and I'm trying to, explain to her, what's going on, like why I was doing this and whatever, because I'm like, yo, I ain't really been feeling your attitude lately. You changed on me, blah blah, this, that, and the third, and not to say that that was right, YouTube. No, I wasn't right doing that. But it was what it was. I did it. So yeah, man. So she's like at this point hysterical. So she starts to like pack her stuff up. She's like, I'm done. I'm done. I can't believe. No, first she storms out the house, and granted, it's nighttime now. And yeah, she opens the door, storms out the house, yelling and screaming, and oh, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. And I'm like, damn, man, bringing attention, at least that's what I'm thinking. So, I'm still kind of sitting there and I'm like, all right, I'm telling her to come back in, you know. So she comes back in, she goes in the closet, she's like throwing stuff out, all her stuff, packing a bag like she's, getting ready to leave, whatever. And so I'm like, yo, where are you going? Then she gets on the phone, and she calls one of her friends. She's crying, talking about, can I come over there? And, I got to get out of here, And she was saying, my name, saying that, I was cheating on her. And, I couldn't hear what, whoever she was talking to, what they were saying, but I know she was talking to someone. And she was saying, could you come get me and all this, that, So I'm sitting there like, okay, she trying to leave, whatever, So I'm like, all right, at this point, I'm not gonna stop her, If she really want to leave and be out there, it just is what it is. You can go, whatever, you know what I mean. So we sitting there at a point. It got like silent. I don't know what was said, to her friend. I don't know if the friend was gonna come get her or what. But yeah, so we sitting there. So she just gets up and then she continues to start putting stuff in the bag. So I said something to her. I'm trying to remember. I said something like, why don't you call your sons or something to come get you or something, whatever. And you two, when I tell you, she smacked the living hell out of me. Like, boom, like smacked the living. She smacked me so hard, like I was seeing stars, literally. I was literally seeing stars, yo. And when I tell you, it took literally every being ounce of man in me, restraint, discipline, not to rip her head off. Like literally, I was to the point where I probably could have killed her, man, if I had a got on her, attacked her. But I didn't want to do that because if that had happened, then it would have escalated. Then I know, more than likely, the cops would have been involved. And then, I'm probably gonna catch a charge, and then that messes my, work record up, my record up, for jobs and this, you know how it is, YouTube. Once you catch a domestic, it messes a lot of things up. So I really had to, all that went through my head in that split second after she hit me. But man, when I tell you she smacked me, and I felt that smack like literally like a day or two after. That's how hard she hit me. And she ended up, yeah, I think her friend came and got her. She ended up leaving that night. So, I thought it was over. Like, yo, I'm like, all right, whatever. She took what she could take. So I started packing. She left a lot of things. So, I started packing her stuff up. I figured she was gonna come back and get the rest of her stuff. So, I wanna say maybe about 3 days later, she contacted me and she was like, can we talk? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, I want to come over. I want to talk to you. I'm like, all right, so cool, So she comes over and, we had this, this discussion. And basically, we just kind of like hashed things out. I told her, how I was feeling. And one thing I think I did wrong was I didn't tell her earlier how I was feeling about, her changing up on me, how she was changing, like her attitude and everything. So yeah, we talked about it, and basically, she told me, she was close to breaking up for good, but I remember she was telling me like she spoke to her brother, and her brother kind of talked to her about, saying that she told her brother that she really liked me. And so he was like, well, if you really like him, then you need to go get him and talk to him, and y'all talk it out, whatever. So that's what we did. And basically from that night on, we've been together. We got married. That happened in, I want to say, like late 2014, and we got married in May of 2015, May 30th to be exact. And we've been together ever since, married. And not to say by any means has my marriage been easy at all. It has not. Now, don't get me wrong. We've had some great times, a lot of great times, but we've had some very challenging times where, to the point where, I don't know. I didn't know if we was gonna make it. Honestly, we got to that point. We've been to counseling. Counseling is good, YouTube. One thing I can say, if you're in a marriage, particularly in a marriage, and y'all going through some things and you feel like there's no hope, get a good counselor. It will help. It will help. A lot of things can be hashed out through counseling with someone, who's a professional that, specializes in relationships and, marriages and things of that nature. But yeah, man, it hasn't been easy. Marriage is not easy, and it's not for everyone. That's one thing I can say. It's definitely not for everyone. If you truly love someone and you really want to get married to them, then do it. If you feel like you're not ready, then I wouldn't advise it. I would say, hey, wait till you're ready, and then some of you may not ever be ready. Marriage is not for everyone, like I said. It just may not be in the cards for you. And that's totally fine, man. That's just like school. Going to college. College isn't for everyone. you know. So, but yeah, YouTube, that was just a quick, story on me, as far as, my relationship and my marriage to my wife, how, we had a turbulent beginning and, how it, spiraled out of control in the beginning, but we ended up, hashing it out and getting married at the end. And I have to say this, I truly love my wife. I do. I love my wife so much. She's a great woman. I'm not saying she's perfect. Nobody is, but she's a great woman. She loves hard. She does. She loves hard. She has a lot of patience, I could say. She definitely does. But she can work your everlasting nerves, man. I'm telling you, she can test you to some days, man. I'll be like, yo, what am I doing? What am I doing? She will test you some days, man, and be like, oh. But yeah, man, that's a little quick story, man. So yeah, let me know, YouTube, how y'all feel about that, man. How y'all doing out there in your relationships, man? And y'all been through some hard times, and made it, and now you look up, you're like, 5, 10 years into a relationship or a marriage, after like a turbulent beginning that, it's like, man, how did we get this far? You know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, it's the Rich Kid. Let me know what's good with y'all out there. If you like my content, give me a like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend. All right. Peace.